talk about fireworks. If there's someone in the field that can shoot double digits, I'm surprised Owen hasn't already done it. We could see her easily shoot double digits, and I think even 11 or 12. I think that's out there for Owen Scoggins almost at any tournament, at any weekend, especially on these open fairways. So I'm excited to see what she does out there tomorrow, and I think she could potentially give Holyn a run as well.
Stacie this tournament has been hitting the circle off the tee more than anybody else. She has a strong backhand and forehand game. She's gotten a couple top 10s this year, and when she plays well, she really does it. It'll be interesting to watch and see what Stacie can do tomorrow at sunset.
We haven't seen Hailey as much this year, but she hasn't been going to as many events. But when she does show up, she makes it count. I think we've seen her shoot the hot round the last 2 days in a row, and we could see potentially her shoot a double digits out here with no problem. And right now, in my opinion, she's one of the only people that's potentially going to give Holyn a run for her money here.
It's going to be a battle for birdies out there. We've seen Holyn birdie, it seems like every single hole, but maybe just not put her front and back nines together. We've seen her on the podium this year more than anybody else. I think 8 times. She has her first win. We know she can do it, but sometimes you can tell the mental pressure does get to Holyn on the last day, so she just needs to stay cool, calm, and collected, get those birdies.
Hello and welcome to the 2024 Ledgestone Open presented by Grip Equipment. This is the final round. It's Championship Sunday. It's a beautiful day. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two hot geese.
Honk.
Pretty epic intro to bolster us for the day. I'm excited. Holyn, with the biggest lead she's had going into the final day, we'll see if she can hang on, but lots of birdies out there. Pretty calm conditions.
So calm. It was like a perfect day for this
a little cooler, weirdly, not as humid, I think.
First up, we have Handley, 81% of the weekend. She is finding the fairway 76% of the time. She's at least in circle 2 putting for birdie, making 83% of her circle 1X putts.
Hailey King, 79% fairway hits, 74% circle 2 in regulation, and 7% C1X putting. A slow round 1, but really great hot rounds 2 and 3.
Third up, we're watching Owen Scoggins. You guys know her 70% of the time on the fairway, 63% of the time at least in circle 2 putting for birdie, making 83% of her circle 1X putts. Man, seeing everyone else's stats makes Holyn's all the more impressive.
Yeah. Rounding out the card is Stacie Rawnsley in a tie for third, 77% fairway hits, 65% circle 2 in regulation, 81% C1X putting. She's giving herself a lot of chances. Tie for fourth, excuse me. Also, I think at the end of last round, we got a little confused because it turns out we're not perfect and we thought Missy was on the card, so gotcha. But one's a par 4 at 636 feet. There's OB on the left, so you just want to hang it out to the right, get as far as you can. But even if you get it wildly far, it's going to be a blind shot to this pin, kind of tucked on this side hill. There's water behind it that's out of bounds, so control your speed.
Disc golf fans, welcome to beautiful Pekin, Illinois and Sunset Hills Golf Club for the Disc Golf Pro Tour's Elite Series and the final round of Discraft's Ledgestone Open presented by Grip EQ. This is the 9:30 tee time. This is the lead card. And teeing off first, in the money every event this season and winner of the Beaver State Fling. She's your reigning throw paint champion, and at 21 under par, she is your leader from Grapevine, Texas, Holyn Handley.
What's interesting is that Holyn's both of her wins at Beaver State Fling and Throw Pink came down to playoffs. So she hasn't won one outright yet. I wonder if she's thinking about that. Probably not. Probably thinking about this shot.
Yeah. Doing what she does best, living in the moment.
Beautiful.
That is so fun.
Her biggest pro win came at the 2021 DGPT Championship. She took down last fall's MVP Open from Charlotte, North Carolina, Hailey King.
Hailey's best finish this year, she got second place at DDO, a couple fourth place finishes as well, one at Music City and one at another more open style course. So this definitely favors to her ability. If her putt is on, I think we could see her do some lights out here. She throws so far, forehand and backhand.
Perfect.
She's the current champion at the Majestic, Santa Cruz, the Open at Austin, the Memorial, La Miranda, and the Great Lakes Open, among others. Your reigning and 4-time defending Pro Masters World Champion from Los Angeles, California, Scoggins.
What a list of accolades.
I'm pretty jealous. Mine, he was like, she is consistently playing and in the mix. She's like, it was like a low-key burn the whole time. I was like, oh, yeah.
Mine was, her first win was in 2013.
Nice.
And I'm like,
okay.
well,
yeah. Ouch.
yeah, I'm old.
Yeah, thank you. That's why I was like, yeah, I'm not winning. You're right. Thank you, sir. I wish he was like scraping a living at this job. Erika Stinchcomb.
At last month's High Country Open, 19 career wins and nearing 40,000 in career winnings from Fishers, Indiana, Stacie Rawnsley.
Trying her best, Madison Walker.
Yeah. 2013 win, Cat Merch born in 2014. Card mate.
Stacie Rawnsley, if you're not familiar, sponsored by Castaplast. Really clean form, great backhand and forehand, gets a ton of spin on the disc. She played Ultimate as well. That's a good looking shot, hanging in a bit wider than her competitors, but that's plenty of distance. No problem.
We played with Stacie the other day, and she was just canning putts from everywhere. Knee putts, Anheuser putts, circle 2 putts, you name them, they were going in.
Opting for this less common forehand play. There is some danger. She's flirting with OB right there, though. That looks like it dropped safe. The nice thing about it is if you get it past those, the outskirts there, and it skips away from the water instead of towards it.
Stacie hanging it out wide, just like you're supposed to. Coming in a little hot, so she'll have some work left to do. She's also on the deep side, but that's the way to error.
Yeah, it's great. Pretty much this one, even though we can all birdie it, it's kind of just like, I hope I have a look.
Yep.
Within 40.
Because even if you are a really great player, it's difficult to make this disc stop on this steep hillside. Catching a tree is always a nice thing.
Wow. Look how far Hailey is. Can almost see it going little standstill, chip forehand.
And that's about as good as it gets.
Yeah. You can see Owen just a few feet off the OB line, having to lay up here.
A little bit of a scary layup, that very steep hill, combined with the fact that it's kind of bumpy near the basket and your disc can pick up at any moment. Crazy to have 3 looks this close inside the circle.
Yeah. Holyn with a 5-stroke lead. It's going to be, I think these ladies are going to have to shoot double digits to catch her or close. And I think Holyn, if she can shoot at least like a 4 or 5, that's probably enough. But obviously more would be less stressful.
Yeah, Holland's she's looking so solid out here. It doesn't look like nerves have been affecting her. She's been finishing her rounds really well. I don't see her coming out and putting down a sloppy round. I think she's going to play clean. Only 14 people got inside the circle for birdie. We saw 3 competitors on our card.
Yeah, Stacie, unfortunately missing that putt, going to have to take the par there.
The birdie rates are out of control today. They're so much higher, like double.
Yeah, 25 players today. So a little bit smaller pool.
Oh, yeah, cut day, duh.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa Fake is starting out hot, 2 down through 3. This is hole 2. It's 313 feet, but it plays a little longer than that. If you take the hyzer route that most people are taking, you can go low and linear with something overstable and play for some skips, but it can be risky because you can skip early and find that OB left. There's forehand and lefty as well up the OB line. Most players aren't worried about the OB line deep, although we saw Hailey find it yesterday.
On hanging this out nice and wide, trusting the stability here. Just gotta make sure you get the skip on the flat part and not the hilly part. You know?
Yep, couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, that was a good shot. Boy, this is hole 2, isn't it?
4-day events are always a little different. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice little spiky shot into the green, and then a very weird roll, but still just outside the bullseye. Owen going that lower, more linear route with a really overstable disc. She's so good at this shot.
Stacie swinging one out nice and high.
Stacie fun to watch because
Yeah, a little bit of danger there. She's going to check up outside the circle, but safe.
fun to watch because she has just extremely long arms, and so she's able to throw really far without having to throw really hard. It looks like she's just like casually tossing, and then it just zooms. Not quite able to convert on her circle 1 edge putts today so far.
Yeah, you gotta wonder how much is nerves when you're not quite used to this lead card final day. We know Owen's used to it.
Yep, looking comfortable getting her first birdie of the round. Weirdly, there were only 14 birdies on hole 2, even though...
Out of 25?
Oh, duh. Yeah, so that's so impressive. It's the second easiest hole
I
of
was
the
like,
day.
why is that weird?
Not weird at all.
It's pretty good.
It's great, actually.
Yeah, so their cash line is 23. There was a 3-way tie for the last spot. So 2 of us out there are playing for 0 money. We're playing for free. I say we because that was one of them. So stressful. Almost as stressful as trying to win, I think. I'll stop talking about myself any second now.
Yeah, I really would like to have a little cash line story
Cash
happening
line
on the
chicken.
side.
I feel like Jomez has been doing it for me because I've been riding it all week, baby. Lisa, on Chase card, we saw her the last 2 rounds, and she absolutely parks this one. It looks like for a 4 down through 5 hole start.
She was the queen of throw-ins yesterday. She does not have to even worry about putting this time around. Let's watch Ella Hansen as well on the same card.
Yeah, Lisa had 3 throw-ins over 90 feet yesterday.
Ella to go 4 down through 5.
Ella shot not quite the hot round, which was 8 down, but she shot 7 yesterday.
Lisa also 4 down through 5. And what a great way to start the round out.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of pressure off getting birdies the rest of the day. You can play a little more free with a nice cushion at the beginning. And 4 down is going to move Lisa and Ella up a little bit in the rankings.
Hole 3, downhill par 3, 384. We've seen some sidearms go this way. Backhand turnover also works. We've seen a lot of ladies actually take this right side hyzer gap through some trees. I'm sure we'll see some people on our card take that. The hazards are so close to this basket. If you mess up the upshot, it becomes the drive, the upshot becomes absolutely treacherous.
We've seen Holyn Handley choose this straight gap with a turnover shot. It's really difficult to control the nose angle and get under that tree while slowing down and not going into that bunker. It's a pretty straightforward putt to save par from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Holyn hasn't gotten this one all week.
I think going that line makes it so difficult to get it. I think this line's better if you're going for a birdie.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Holy cow, that's so good.
It is good. It looks like Hailey got that one yesterday. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we watched her.
Yeah, she had to make edge
of circle.
Yep, from the short side. This, no putting required. And just to sneak it between both of those hazard bunkers is wild.
Never see that. Let's see someone else do it now that I've said that. Owen going forehand. This is a great play. A little bit more airspace over on the left.
And that's a much more typical landing area.
The Owen zone.
The Owen zone.
She's in it.
Stacie opting for a sidearm. I love this play, although this big low-hanging branch is a lot lower than normal. Oh, she's going out and around.
Yeah, I think if you have the power, which Stacie does, there's plenty of space to go that way.
Not quite getting to putting land. She'll still have to make an approach here, and it's a scary approach, but from that angle, there's a little bit more grass to work with.
It's kind of crazy to see Stacie and Owen next to each other.
Yeah.
Like, Stacie's tall, but she looked really tall standing next to Owen. Stacie with about 20 feet left. Owen giving this a go, and it's in danger.
Only 2 people made it inside the circle for birdie on this hole. We saw Hailey King park it. Kat Murch was on my card. She threw the turnover route that Holyn took, but managed to land in the grass just outside the bullseye. Holyn,
Nice putt.
Yeah, recovering the par.
Stacie for par. And par feels good on this hole. So difficult. Though 3 pars in a row, you're starting to feel a little nervous. Like, where's the birdies?
Mm-hmm. It's time. Owen saving her bogey. And Hailey just with the tap in. She's one of only 4 birdies today. I was on a 3-person card today with Cadence Burge and Kat Murch, and we went. They both birdied it.
Wow, that's
I know.
amazing.
It was unbelievable.
Hailey King bringing it to within 3 strokes of Holyn Handley with that turkey start.
The only other birdie was Rebecca Cox hitting a circle 2 putt. Second most difficult hole of the day, hole 3. Let's put it behind us. Hole 4, it's 345 feet, plays a lot shorter than that in the downhill nature. This is basically a stock hyzer hole. You do have to make sure not to come in too quick, though. These branches will knock your disc into the water out of bounds short, and you have to take it from the short side of the pond. If you push too deep, it's really easy to find that out of bounds or that hazard bunker to the right of the pin. It makes for some tricky putting, so just got to come in absolutely perfectly. As long as you are landing in between the branches and the hazard, you're going to have a putt.
Hailey up first with a Halo J, swinging it really wide. This looks like a great angle. Yeah, she'll have a putt from there. It's only about edge of bullseye, looks like. 1 foot in the bush, maybe.
Yeah, that bush is put in just the absolute perfect place to make this hole more interesting.
It's looking pretty good from Holyn. Heading right towards the bush, though. We saw her in there yesterday, unable to convert the birdie, but that should have a fairly clear putt, probably a straddle. That looks too tight.
Yeah, Stacie coming in really early and definitely wet. She's going to take it early on the short side of the pond. I'm not sure where.
Kind of left, it seems like. Hopefully she has a clear look at it. Oh, no. Also a little tight. And those branches, yeah, almost never let you through.
Ooh, Stacie opting for a sidearm here.
She's really good at these little touch shots, though.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
believe
great.
that's a berg.
So right here? Right here?
Own in a similar spot.
Hole 4 showing its teeth for our lead card.
There were 12 birdies, 15 people at least getting to circle 2 in regulation.
Holyn making herself pretty hard to catch, 3 down through 4.
Looks like about 30. Oh, there were 7 people that went out of bounds on this hole out of our 24 competitors.
Yeah, I think That's a little bit higher percentage-wise than it has been.
Yeah. A third of the field. That's wild.
A little nervy. Hailey, 4 for 4.
Owen getting 2 bogeys in a row, and it's a rough way to start the round out. You want to be stacking birdies at this point. Lisa's second shot laying up to the short side of this pond on the par 5.
Ooh, looking really close there for Ella.
Thankfully, still in bounds by a blade of grass.
One of them, just one. And she's going for it.
She sure is. Going straight at it, too. Thought she might be bailing a little bit. No.
She has eagled this one so far this tournament, so yeah.
Wow.
Let's double up.
Yes, circle 2 long with a look for eagle. Lisa's third. She's in Lisa range right now.
Yeah, she's putting basically. That looks really good. Oh, deeper than I thought actually.
Me too.
So deceiving. Still in Lisa range.
In circle 2.
Wow.
Canning it for birdie.
She's 5 down through 6.
I love her long putting style. She's just like, doesn't look like she's trying.
Yeah, it looks like she's just playing catch with a buddy.
Yeah, she's just standing there. A little old flick of the wrist. No.
That's it.
Whew. Ella still going to be able to save the birdie from here. Both of them now 5 down through 6.
Hole 5, a short par 3 at 246 feet. You got to throw over the water, over the cart path. There is another pond on the left that you can find. We see some sidearms, mostly you see some backhand putter shots. And you just got to get it.
Yeah, this played is the easiest hole for the 4th day in a row. 64% of the field birdieing this one, averaging at over a half a stroke under par. Hailey coming in a little early with the sidearm. She'll have some work left to do from circle 2 for birdie.
It's going to be some weird footing. Ooh, Holyn catching the ceiling, redirected it to the right. There actually is a lane between those 2 ferns there.
That was kind of a nervy looking shot. Stacie trying to correct from yesterday. She did the same thing, came in a little low, a little short.
Oh, and we saw her make the mistake going OB with the forehand. She went backhand yesterday, doing it again today.
Good correction.
Yeah, perfect.
2 days in a row, she's going to get this birdie.
She needs them after a couple of bogeys. Holyn, extremely long look, probably just a layup.
Her layups look really aggressive.
I
but they're-
can never tell.
Me neither, but they always are good. They're always
Yeah.
right below the basket, but they do look like really hard.
Hailey not fully committed on that one. Hard to do when you're staring right at the water. Stacie trying to get back to even par, just inside the circle.
Still not quite getting the putts to drop today. That's a bummer. She's been putting really well this weekend. Very surprising. It's got to be a little nerve.
It has to, yeah. It's, yep. And just like any FPO, we can all put together good rounds, but it's the consistency that's going to be difficult to do round after round, especially if you're nervous. Just how I was nervous to make this 29-foot putt to make a birdie so I don't have to retire. And I missed it.
By the way, this is Erika's last round.
Yeah, for those of
Everyone-
you paying attention. It's
Everyone
been
say
real.
goodbye. Our lead card only able to get one birdie.
On the easiest hole.
Yeah.
Actually makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah, very validating. There were 16 birdies on the day. No movement going to happen after that. Lisa Fakis and Ella Hansen still holding their way up in those top 4 positionings. Hole 6 is...
This is hole 6.
712 feet. That OB line on the left side is the one that you're thinking about. Most players going to push the right side out of bounds with the hyzer shot, play in the middle, chip up right here before the pond, throw their 4th across, tap in their birdie. Other players, like we've seen Holyn Handley, we just watched Ella Hansen do it, are going to be a little more aggressive off the tee, set themselves up for a longer shot across the pond on their 2nd, and ideally maybe cash an eagle here on this very birdieable par 5.
We've seen at least one eagle every day, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Own, just going to get this in bounds, center cut, not trying to get too crazy with the distance.
It's a really smart play for anyone not trying to go across on their 2nd. You don't have to bite off a lot. Hailey is definitely trying to eagle this.
Smooth shots. Very center cut. Super far. That was a star wraith. Oh, super low for Holyn.
Yeah, a bit of a misfire. This tee pad is really weird. It's worth talking about. It's a short tee pad. There's some pavers right before that, and then it kind of drops off into a little dirt area. And for someone with a huge run up like Holyn, it can make trying to get power on this hole really weird.
Especially when the tee pad's pointing about 30 degrees in the wrong direction towards out of bounds.
Yeah.
Also, I always wonder if she thinks about how she's gotten this hole in 2 strokes before, and if it makes her nervous. Does she want to do really well because she
I'm trying to
has
live
before?
up to it.
Yeah, she went for the eagle day 1, but bogeyed it, and then has been laying up. Good layup from Holyn.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to not have to make a decision there.
Yeah. Stacie, kind of just out of range to feel super comfy going for it. Gonna lay up. And that's perfect. If it feels a little scary for a second, you've done a really good job.
This is in the top 3 easiest holes. Distance-wise, it is birdieable by everybody in the field. Even if you throw a bad layup, it's still a very reachable green. It's just the risk-reward. You got to come in a little bit hot or higher sometimes and maybe have a longer putt to make this birdie.
It's all about kind of the approach and the putt. Usually one of them is very difficult.
And Hailey chatting with her caddy about whether she wants to go for this. She's got a higher speed disc in her hand.
Yeah. Get up and over.
That is
That's
low.
scary. Ooh. So close. And unfortunately, that's out. She'll have to take it from the short side. Inches away. Owns 3rd. Dead straight, probably 225 from there.
That tree on the right is not friendly. It can knock your disc out of the sky.
Oof.
But did Owen just hit the band?
She flashed it for sure. I don't think she hit it. Holyn from just a touch closer. Pretty flight. Nice and straight. Goes
Yeah.
too far, though.
Yeah, giving it a lot of height with a slower speed disc. I like the idea, but definitely juiced that one. She'll have a little bit of work left to do for the birdie. Stacie going for sidearm here. Not something you see that often, but I love the play.
She's just so comfortable with sidearm approaches. She'll pull them out all the time when you normally wouldn't see it. It's just do what feels comfortable. Little fluffed here from Hailey. Fluffed and juiced at the same time.
Yeah.
Holyn for birdie from outside the circle. Smooth putt.
And that's a really great way to change your game plan and still capitalize. Hailey just trying to save par here. Aww.
And that's why I hope this hole sticks around, because if you go for the eagle, you can get a par or a bogey so easily, but everyone can birdie. A lot of people can eagle. There's so many variable scores on this one. It's very relevant, even at 712 feet for a par 5.
A nice birdie from Stacie. First one of the day, trying to work her way back to even par. Owen finally working her way under par. Not quite as much green on the scorecard from our lead card as we've seen in days prior, especially in these really calm, pretty pleasant conditions. I say pleasant, but I'm from Florida. It was really hot.
It was hot. It was not as hot as yesterday.
Not as hot or humid.
Holyn with that birdie. Gonna take back 2 strokes over Hailey, who bogeyed. 5 strokes again separate the leader. This is hole 7. It's a par 4, 575 feet, new tee pad. Tricky with the hillside there. You want to just kind of barely crest it, try to get past the 2 trees we just passed. Ideally a little bit more on the right side. If you try to take this path the drone is flying, it is tight, technical, and you probably will not get through. Right side hyzer is a great play. If you end up more left off of the tee, big power sidearm can get you there, but not a lot of ladies in the field have that. This one is played pretty difficult every day. Not a lot of birdies out there.
Yeah, it's an interesting change. It's difficult to reach for everybody, especially if you don't get super aggressive on the tee shot. And it is a very scary tee shot, not being able to see any part of the fairway or the out of bounds that can very easily come into play if you flip your disc at all.
Definitely. Plus the way you have to throw and navigate around these trees, it adds distance, makes it feel like a lot farther than 575.
Totally.
Fantastic tee shot from Holyn.
We saw Holyn and Ella both do the kind of bailout left play. They both switched their play since then, realizing that that outside route is a lot more feasible. Even if you have a big sidearm, the left side is not great. It's really low ceiling, really difficult to carry a lot of distance.
Plus the OB's way tighter on the left.
Totally.
Stacie with a really solid shot. Hailey with a lot of power, gets a ton of turn on this one. Actually needs to come back. It's going towards OB. Wow.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
That's one of the farther shots I feel like we've seen.
Fantastic. You can see Owen kind of has that look at it on the left side of the tree, but knows it's probably going to get caught up. She just swings it way out wide.
And that stump is a really pretty decent indicator for where a lot of the mid-level FPO players with like medium distance are landing. A lot just right outside circle 2.
Holyn is swinging a huge hyzer, trying to get some ground play, and she's going to be circle's edge for a birdie.
This grass is so thick, you get no ground play. Stacie gonna eye up the middle route. She's got a really great sidearm.
Man, it's such good distance off the tee. That's amazing. Beautiful.
Not many people in the field can do what Stacie just did.
We'll
Pretty
see if she can
awesome.
get one of her putts to land, though. She's been nervous kind of on all of her birdie bids.
Hailey, big hyzer.
Man, wow, what a monster drive to make it such a simple hyzer approach.
Yep, this is played as the 3rd most difficult hole of the day due to simply lack of birdies. Not a ton of bogeys, just only 5 birdies from the whole field of 24 making the cut today.
Oh, yeah, there was a DNF, so yeah, 24.
Man.
Yeah. Stacie, actually just outside the circle, gives it a step. You can see she's frustrated.
It's one of the magical parts of Stacie's game, and if that leaves the chat, it's rough.
Holyn, foot on the gas.
One of only 5 birdies on hole 7.
She's in control. Own with a par.
Hailey, just a tap and birdie. We saw Holyn get it as well. Rebecca Cox, Kat Merch, and Paige Pierce also getting those birdie threes.
Hailey's still 5 strokes back. Kind of the only one who even has a thought of catching Holyn, but not if Holyn keeps birdieing all of these holes.
A chase card check-in with Ella Hansen on hole 10.
Oh, wow.
No one throws this hole that good. That was great.
So hard to keep it in the air over that last little set of roots in that second bush. So crazy to just be 15 feet away right now.
Oh, yeah.
Ella having a fantastic round. Looks like she's in a tie for third.
It says 301 feet, but that hole plays more like 340, I swear.
Very technical 340 as well. Ella 7 down through 10, leading the field with the hot round in solo third.
Hole 8 is a very steep uphill, 292 feet, plays more like 340, 350. You can go way out and around with a big turnover shot. You can throw a big sidearm up there as well. There's a low linear route for the power players. Just make sure you don't turn your disc over too much. That hazard bunker comes up pretty quickly on the short right side of the green. We see a lot of circle 2 putts on the short left side of the green, although we watched 2 of our lead card competitors yesterday go deep of this basket and be putting back, which is wild.
Yeah, we saw Holyn park this with this Athena. She went lower, more linear to the right. She's very lucky to catch that tree trunk and actually will have a circle 2 putt if she wants. It's risky going towards those bunkers.
There's another bunker to the left of that tree.
Yeah.
That comes into play if you just throw a bad shot.
Hailey with a really smooth and powerful sidearm.
Wow. Circle 1. Couple steps outside the bullseye. That is so good on this hole.
Star Destroyer. She's one of maybe, 2 or 3 women in the field who can get there with just a pure hyzer sidearm. Own taking the flex instead and landing in a good place. She's about 45, maybe 50 feet away, but putting away from the bunkers, though down the hill.
Yeah, even after kind of trimming some leaves off the bottom of those trees, carrying really far up the hill. Oh, I love this angle.
Pretty shot. Yeah, I just needed to hold that turn for just a bit longer, but it's still a good shot. Stacie's going to be about 40 feet away.
Yeah, having to putt back towards that hazard bunker.
Makes you feel alive.
Holyn's not messing with it. A smart play. She doesn't need to get any more birdies right now. We know she wants them, though.
That looks so good from Own. Splashes out low left.
I like that kind of softer bid from Own. We see her just hammering death putts often, but that was a nice little soft bid.
Stacie missing low. I think she stayed safe in the short grass, though, not in the bunker.
It's frustrating when your putt leaves the chat right when the cameras are on.
Yeah. Yeah, we watched her make a ton, as Madison said, and always a rough time when you can't string them together.
I don't think she's even strung one today. It's like,
I mean, you got
confidence is hard.
birdie. But yeah, she's even on the round through 8, and that, I can tell you from personal experience, does not feel good on this course.
A really highlight birdie from Hailey King, 1 of 6 today on hole 8.
Oh yeah, she's 1 over even. Gosh, yeah. I feel you, dog.
3 putts from inside the circle, 3 putts from outside the circle for the 6 birdies today.
face.
Business. Business, business, business.
4 strokes now with that birdie from Hailey.
Everyone in the top 5 is at least 5 under. That's crazy.
That is nuts. Let's round it out with a hole 9. It's a par 4, 535 feet. You can go towards the right here and turn something over to the right, which is nice and open, or you can swing back through these trees, hyzer over to the left side, and work either a sidearm or, if you're far enough, a backhand across the pond to this pin that is stacked on a stump surrounded by hay bales. If you hit the hay bales, they can be really mean and kick you out. There's OB surrounding the green on all sides, and there's an OB line on the left. So this sidearm's a really good play to fade away from the initial OB. We've seen Holyn go straight down the middle with a backhand every day. That's a pretty risky shot.
Hailey hitting a couple limbs, knocking her down pretty early. She's going to have a very technical second shot if she wants to try to cross the pond and get on the putting surface.
Yeah, that's definitely decision time. And with her having to chase Holyn, I'd imagine she's hoping to get across. Although Holyn very short and early. It's difficult to get across from back there. Those low-hanging branches are no joke.
I love the forehand play from Own here. She's done it every day really well. She always flirts with this tree, but always misses it.
Notorious flirt, Own Scoggins.
Uh-huh.
Stacie, I think, to be lining up that right side gap here. And she gets way over on it. That's going to hit the ground and roll. And everyone landing pretty early. We've seen some unbelievably far shots. Paige Pierce getting nearly down to the pond every day. Several of these ladies have had the simplest upshots. This is way more typical. This is usually a very terrifying upshot, and often forces the layup. Stacie Rawnsley laying up.
Holyn, I think that's a slower.
Yeah, that's a layup.
Just focused on clean golf, as a winner should be.
Yeah, we'll see.
I feel like she's already she knows her positioning. She knows what she's got to do.
Yeah.
Just minimize the errors.
Hailey without that luxury, but look at how difficult this is. Ooh,
Fights through it.
awesome.
That might have gone 100 miles past if it didn't hit those branches.
That's huge if she can make this putt.
Yeah, she's going to have to make a decision here. That is a scary putt.
Oh, she's going for it. Bet you $1.
I bet she's going for it too.
Okay. Owen with a really good upshot makes that look very easy.
Ooh, cool little run from Stacie.
Yeah, she's really good at those Berg upshots. Holyn's third. Still needs to be careful here. As I said, sometimes you can hit the hay bales and roll. It's a great shot. Hailey for birdie and to be within 3 of our leader.
Just a little bit low, and she knows this one's important. I know it's a more difficult hole. It's the 4th most difficult hole of the day, but if you have good distance, this is one that you're banking on getting every time.
Yeah, and for Holyn to leave the door a crack open like that is going to be rare on these distance holes.
There were surprisingly only 5 birdies today out of 24 competitors. 10 people, though, got to circle 1 in regulation. Just a scary elevated basket. We don't have a lot of those out here at Sunset Hills. Not as many as a normal Pro Tour event.
Man, I didn't really think about that. Usually there's, 3 elevated baskets?
I think it's one of the reasons that I kind of like this golf course.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all on the ground.
They're not just always using rolly surfaces or elevated pins.
Hate those rolly surfaces.
Yeah. Rolly. One more check-in before we go. Ella Hansen on hole 13.
Ooh. Yeah, it looks like it's out of bounds. this hole playing is an island, she'll have to go from the drop zone. Lisa looks like she's had quite a few pars in a row at this point. Looking to birdie. She's attacking.
That's great.
Oh, yeah. It's just great enough.
Ella from the drop zone, about 60-ish plus feet away.
Yeah, I think closer to 70. Shout out to Chantel Budinsky, who made it from the drop zone today. She made it yesterday, too.
Whoa.
Isn't that nuts?
She's such a great putter.
Yeah. Lisa in for a birdie. Moves to 20 under on the tournament.
Dang. After a long string of pars, I bet that one feels good to get.
Oof, Ella squeaking in for the bogey. Looks like Lisa gonna take one on Ella with that 2-stroke swing. Lisa now in solo third. Ella right behind her. Owen Scoggins dropping down to solo 5th place. Story's still Holyn Handley in control. Hailey King trying to chase her down. So far, the best round is Cadence Burge, 8 down to finish the round. And 8's the best we've seen, right?
Yeah,
so far.
Missy Gannon shot a 9.
She shot a 9
on day one.
Day one.
Yeah, Cadence probably did 400 feet of just putting, making putts. It was unbelievable. Just sinking them from circle 2. So shout out Cadence Burge for a great round. Yeah, a lot of people already in the clubhouse because we had some early tee times and a lot of 3-top cards. So it was nice to have a little quick morning, but there are 9 more holes for our lead card on Championship Sunday. So come hang with us on the back 9 at sunny, sunshine, Sunset Hills. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 hotkeys.
Honk.
Honk.